Cannot tell you, this is our first Maker Monday. So every Monday we're going to bring you Western makers and people that live in this Western genre and that make things that help capture the history and the heritage of what the West is. And we are super fortunate today. We get to be here with Heather Linn, who is an amazing country music singer here in Northeast Texas, the 4 states area. It's kind of where you really go. And one of the bluesiest voices, one of the raspiest voices, a very unique and beautiful voice. And we just feel really honored that you wanted to sit down and kind of tell your story too. We want to hear your story.
Well, where do you want to start?
At the beginning. Let's start at the beginning.
There's 30 years of it. Oh man. So yeah, I started doing this. Well, if you really want to go back and start at the beginning, I was 5 years old in my aunt and uncle's living room, in nothing but my underoos, singing Just a Swingin'. I feel like that's where I first learned my love for performing. And so that's where it started. And by the time I was 12, I was real fortunate, and a lot of kids don't get this these days, but I was real fortunate to go to a real small school, and it really back then focused on music and performance and really helped develop that love for performing at a young age. And so I dove in. By the time I was 12, my mama was carting me all over in every fair, festival, every little Opry stage she could get me on, and I knew from an early age that this is what I love to do, and it just was what it was.
It's what the heart is.
Yeah.
You couldn't do anything else. You had to do it.
No, and it was just what it was. And so in high school, I was fortunate enough. We have FFA all over. I'm sure. We have another states, right? Yeah. I've never been out of Texas. No, but in Texas we have, talent competition portion of FFA. And we had put together a band. The school had a country music band, not just a marching band. It was a country music band. We, lead guitar, bass, and all high school kids. And so when I was a freshman in high school, I got to be one of the singers. And I'll never forget, we made it all the way through district and area and regionals, and we went all the way to state. So we're out in Lubbock, Texas, and there's 10,000 kids my own age, and I'm on this stage with this big screen behind me, and they hand me a cordless mic. I'd never had a cordless mic. I'm 14 years old at this point.
You hit the big time.
I was like, y'all have just created a monster. My mom was standing back with the camera guy, and I came off the stage, and I'm in the audience. At 14 years old, I am singing to these kids. And the camera guy's going, "Where is she? I don't know. Where'd she go?"
Right.
So it started at such a young age.
And it hadn't stopped. We've been really fortunate to watch you perform a couple times. You still end up in the crowd quite a bit.
Every show. Every show. And I tell people all the time, I'm a people person. I think I enjoy the performing. I'm more of a performer than I am a singer, and in heart. And it's the people that I love, and that's what drives me, and the energy that drives me. There's a lot of singers that can get on stage and just sing and be background noise.
Right.
I'll tell you real quick, I'm not your background noise.
Right.
And you're going to pay attention to me.
Right. And if
One
you're
way
not,
or the other.
You're going to step it up a level.
Yeah, absolutely.
How amazing. Yeah. So your inspirations musically.
So I tell people all the time that Winona taught me how to sing. I was a big country music fan. The Judds were so huge when I was a kid. Vocally, Winona was a big driving factor vocally.
I can see that.
Yeah, and then over the years, it's kind of just developed into my own thing because, when I was in my 20s, your dog's barking. In my 20s, I was a gospel singer. And I spent all my 20s, raising a daughter and being married and as a gospel singer in a gospel trio. And I learned my soul. That's where I learned the emotion behind it all. And so it's just developed over the years. But as far as that initial inspiration, definitely Winona and the Judds were one of my biggest as a kid growing up. So
Well, we say all the time how fortunate we are to meet so many folks and doing what we do, and we definitely count you among that number.
well, y'all are right there with me. I agree. I understand.
And no one deserves it more than you. I mean, you have all the talent in the world, you have all the stage presence in the world, and maybe.
Where can people find your music?
So you can find us on Spotify. Now, a few years ago, we released this EP, but when we did that, we changed our name. I've been so fortunate over the last 6 to 8 years. I have developed a crew, a band that has just fallen in and become family, and they are the most incredibly talented guys. And in that process, even though it started out as Heather Linn and the Deacons, because it was my baby, it's just really kind of evolved into, it's us. Like Jace is 100%, we're a duo. It's got my name in front of it, but we are a duo. Like this, we travel as a duo, we sing and perform as a duo, and
you guys play off of each other so well.
He's become my little brother for sure. And so we changed our name to Honey just to be more inclusive of the guys. But then we ran into a lot of issues with that name because it's so overused that there were distributors and people in the business that wanted to work with us but wouldn't touch it because of the name. And we're like, okay, we'd done released this EP out there under Honey, and so we made the decision to go back to Heather Linn and the Deacons because that's what we'd been for so long. That's what people knew us as. So there's a little confusion when you go and look it up on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon Music, wherever you stream your music. It's out there everywhere, but it's listed under Honey, aka Heather Linn and the Deacons. I mean, so that you have to put it in either way, and you have to spell Lynn right, or they can't find it then either.
Right.
So,
We'll spell Lynn right.
So most people spell Lynn with a Y. I'm an I, Linn. So it's the small things.
And what do you have coming up?
We are booked for the rest of the year. We'll be here tomorrow night actually, but we've got shows. You never know where you're going to see us, from here to Fort Worth to Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas. We go wherever we're asked to go.
Right.
But we are booked for the rest of the year.
And we got to get you to the NFR.
Yes.
We got to get you singing the national anthem at the NFR. The world needs that. The cowboy world needs that. Yeah. So we'll do what we can on that end too.
That. So. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are incredible people, and I want y'all both to know that. I have been very blessed to you guys to have come into our lives when you did.
And getting married quickly.
Getting married.
To one of my favorite humans in the whole world.
Yes.
I've known Brett literally 3 nights, I think, and I could truly consider him a brother. He's a fellow law enforcement officer, and he's got that heart. And Michelle said, why do you like him so much? I said, game knows game.
Oh, he is one of the most wonderful human beings there is. And
you guys are
Lord
perfect
knows.
for each other, and we felt really blessed to be able to capture that moment.
Thank you.
That he got down on one knee, and we feel a part of the family now. So.
100%.
Heather Linn, amazing country music singer, and cigar aficionado. So we love you, girl.
Endorsements.
There you go. We love you, girl.
Bye.